What's up everyone, PureChaosX here with an update video finally to the Maverick Desertwolf restoration video. I finally have the parts that I ordered from Wheelspin Models. I ordered them on the 17th when I said I would, and they arrived on the 29th. So yeah, it took a little while to get here, but then again they were out of stock, so I had to wait for them all to arrive. So yeah. All the parts I ordered were in here. I did make a mistake with the bearings, so I have ordered a full bearing kit as well. So I will be getting the bearings hopefully today or tomorrow, because I made a little bit of a mistake when I ordered some bearings from Wheelspin Models. So, but for the most part, yes, everything is in this bag, box. Obviously not electronics though. This is basically just to get it as to a rolling chassis, hopefully. So let's dive in. It was like Christmas kind of. We'll start with the boring bits, which are mostly just a shitload of screws. Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake. Oh yeah, there's the bearings that I needed 4 of, but ends up that it only came as a pack of 2. So that was my fault. But yeah, the rest of it is these are screws. I kind of made a bit of a mistake and bought 2 packs of the small button screws. Really, these are useless for the most part, as you don't really need this many. I should have bought some of the longer ones, these, but I bought the short ones, 2 lots of those. I should have bought 2 lots of these instead. So yeah, that was a bit of a mess up there. And some nuts, which I'm probably not going to need. And obviously some countersunk ones as well. I've managed to save most of the original screws, but a lot of the original screws were either missing or replaced with the wrong screws. So hopefully this will be enough screws. I mean, the exploded diagrams that I'm seeing does say that it only uses like 10 sets of screws, like 10 of each, 10 of each, 10 of each. So we'll see. So yeah. Load of the plastic parts. The front and rear chassis brace, which I need all of that except for this bit here. So that's what that one is. I can't really see if this thing is in focus or not. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Oh, I know. I can do it from here, can't I? Because I have a wireless mouse. Handy. Let's see. There we go. Now I can just make the preview window full screen so I can actually see. So, oh god. So yeah, front and rear chassis brace. I need all of those except for this bit here, which I think some of these are also for the Timberwolf as well. So it fits on both. Rear suspension brace, mount, and front side bumpers. The side bumpers do fit, but I can't fit them on with the body shell. I don't need those. I needed it just for the bumper really, but I can also use this, I believe. So I can replace this on mine. And maybe this, I believe. It's the rear body post. So, I mean, I might replace everything I can, just so that A, I don't feel like I'm wasting what I bought, and B, it should last longer. And I'll just keep the old ones as spares, sort of deal. Suspension pin mount. Okay. I don't really know what these bits are for. I know these bits down here are what hold the suspension onto the shock mounts. I think these go in the rear hubs. I'm not sure. And these go in the pins or the rods that hold the A-arms on. No idea what these bits are for though. I've not been able to find that in the exploded diagram. So yeah. So I'm sure most of those will come in handy. So. This I pretty much need all of. This is the wing mount. I was missing all of this. So yeah, I needed this entire thing. So this is the wing mount set. So that will come in handy. I do plan to buy another wing, so I've got 2. And there is a reason for that I'll get to. So that's the wing mount. That's that, okay. The HPI Racing, which I didn't realise they were HPI. 17mm wheel hubs, or wheel hexes. Hopefully they fit. I can't see why they shouldn't. But hopefully they fit. So we'll hopefully those do fit. This is opinion. This is an arm opinion, as you can see. It's a Mod 1 20 tooth. It weighs a ton. It's actually really heavy. I might actually replace this with a 15 tooth. The reason why I bought this is because it was a Mod 1. Because of the diff. Now this diff, this all pretty much hangs on this center diff. I couldn't find a Maverick one, so this is an FTX one. So hopefully this fits. It is plastic geared, whereas obviously this is metal. So I don't know how long this will last, but you can get a steel pinion upgrade for this, which is also shadow stock. But I'm going to see if I can find one somewhere else maybe, and upgrade this gear to a steel one. But yeah, this is a it doesn't say, but I think Wheelspin Models listed it as 43 tooth, whereas the ones for the Desert Wolf I think are 52 or 64. So I thought, well, since this has a lot less teeth than the standard one, I would get a pinion gear with more teeth, just to sort of make up for that. But looking at it, it's freaking huge. It looks bigger than I thought it was. Because it's also Mod 1 pinion and a Mod 1 spur. And it needs the 5mm bore, the 5mm hole diameter, for a 5mm motor shaft. Because like I said, this is an armor one. But yeah, I might take this down, actually, to a 15 maybe. So, but yeah, this is a lot chunkier than I was expecting it to be. So yeah, oops on that one. But I thought I'll make up for teeth on this, for the lack of teeth on this. That may have been a bad idea. So yeah, I do like to get things from the same place. So I could get this from Wheelspin Models, as well as the metal or steel gear for this. But like I said, this is one that is out of stock and could take 1 to 2 weeks to arrive. This took 12 days, I think. 11 or 12 days to arrive, so within the 2 weeks. Which is good. But yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, I bought the bearing upgrade, the bearing replacements yesterday, so I don't know if they're going to arrive today. But I did pay for 24-hour, but yeah, we'll see. And I think that's it for the parts. And then the last part is the a new body. Yeah, the new body shell and some new stickers. Look at that. So this is the reason why I wanted to get a new spoiler, preferably one of a different design as well. Because whenever I paint this, the current spoiler, with this being the color scheme, might not fit what I paint this. And I don't want to peel the stickers off the original spoiler. So I was going to get a secondary spoiler to go with the new body shell and maybe put some paint on it to match this. I will probably like cut out the Maverick logo and stick that on the new wings still. But other than that, yeah, I won't be using like these. And you've also got the side stickers there, which again I might cut out the Maverick logo, but not use the entire thing. I'll just cut the logo out and stick that on the side. So, assuming it has one, because I think, or are these the side stickers? These might be the side stickers, I'm not sure. There are some on the roof of the pre-printed one, but they're quite small they're quite small logos, whereas on here there aren't any. I don't know. I have to have a look. But yeah, we've got the window stickers, they'll obviously be used. And then the grills and vents, I'll use those. And then, like I say, I'll cut this out and stick that on. Other than that, not packaged very well, I have to admit, it's all kind of squished in there. This is how it came. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything with the exception of the bearing kit. And like I say, I'll probably upgrade this to a steel gear and replace this with something that's a little bit less beefy. Especially if I'm putting a brushless motor in it, this might not like that. I don't know, it might not last very long. So definitely get the steel one at some point. It might be a while before I get the electronics though, because like I said, that's going to be in excess of 200 quid. And all this alone cost me like 130. So yeah, and I usually get a Tamiya for Christmas, which I do. I have seen it. So I'm gonna have to buy the electronics and paints for that. So yeah, it's all gonna add up in the end. It depends. Like I said, the original... Actually, I can't remember if I did say this in the first video, but the original owner has expressed some interest in buying this back, if I can get it working. Which I might do. It depends. There's still a few more parts I need to get for this, other than the 200 plus quids worth of electronics. I also need to get the paint for that. And the spoiler. And I want to get some new wheels. They're relatively cheap, the wheels. They're like 15-20 quid for a pair. That's not too bad. And the wing is like 15 quid. And yeah, the electronics. I've currently got them in my Model Sport basket. And it's come to about 215 to 220. And that's with shipping. Excuse me. So that's going to be fun. That's going to make my butt pucker as soon as I click on that buy now button. But yeah, maybe if Model Sport's watching, they can do me a little deal, maybe, because you know how much I've spent with them in the recent years. Maybe have a little discount there or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna get the so yeah, I got all this from Wheelspin, and more likely to get the electronics from Model Sport. So yeah, and probably the paint as well. I might get, obviously the paint will be done first. All of this, I want to get to a rolling chassis, which also includes painting this and new spoiler, hopefully. Electronics will come probably much later. But you know, like I said, if anyone wants to help with this, I do have a PayPal link. Donate whatever you want, and it'll go into getting this Desert Wolf up and running. So far, my video has been up for nearly 2 weeks, and yeah, no donations. Unsurprising, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I'm not. But yeah, if you do want to, like I say, the link is in the description somewhere. Feel free to donate whatever you want to get a Desert Wolf up and running. If you want to, it would be very helpful. I mean, Jesus Christ! If people like DSP can get money just for crying about Comcast and shit, this is actually worthwhile. But you know, DSP can get money for whinging and bitching and crying about his conspiracy theories. You think this would be a bit more worth it, especially when it comes to other hobby enthusiasts. DSP is just a little bitch. I don't really believe this whole Comcast thing. It's stupid. Not without proof, anyway. He's just, yeah. Why am I talking about DSP? He's a freaking nut job anyway. But then again, so are PlayStation fanboys. And why am I talking about them? That's a completely separate video. So yeah, but yeah, this is everything. I can't build it yet, annoyingly, without the bearings, because I do need to obviously fit the bearings to the drive cups and all that kind of thing, the diff. See if this fits. So yeah. I mean, the next part will most likely be it built as a rolling chassis. This won't be on it. This won't be painted. I probably won't have the new spoiler by then. But it hopefully built as a rolling chassis. So wheels on, wing on, body on, all these parts installed. And hopefully, job will be a good one, and it'll be ready for the electronics. Like I said, I'd like to try and get the wing and paint this first before I get the electronics, mostly because the electronics are super expensive. Hint, hint. So yeah, and figure out where some of these things go, and then obviously replace that with preferably a smaller one, and get the metal tooth for this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find these both in the same on the same website and have them both in stock. We'll have to wait and see for that. But and yeah, wait for the bearing kit to arrive, because I made a little bit of a faux pas with the original bearings. I was supposed to get 4 of these, but the listing was only for 2, even though the picture showed 4. So I just thought, okay, hell with it, I'll just buy every single bearing I need to replace every single bearing. So I'm just waiting for those to arrive. So yeah, let me just turn my mouse on, get ready to... Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you all in part 3, once this is actually built as into a rolling chassis. So, fingers crossed. Oh, I knew there was something I forgot. The front drive shaft from the diff, from the center diff to the front diff. I do have one. It's a Tamiya one, but it's thinner. It's a bit thin. Hopefully it fits. There is a Kyosho one on eBay I'm going to get that should be a lot better. It's thicker. I can't forget that. I do need that drive shaft. As the Tamiya one that I've got, just sort of as a placeholder, is too thin. I think that might snap. So, yeah, okay, can't forget about that. Yeah, other than that, I'll get this up and running, hopefully, as to a rolling chassis. So yeah, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all for part 3, when this gets partially built, and, you know, rolling. So, thank you for watching, see you in the next video. Bye!